Growing up, I was told that my shyness was one of my greatest weaknesses, so personally, I decided to face it head on. By becoming a teacher, I worked in many different areas for several years. I came to the thought to believe that I had the ability to make my own school to help out children, and I did. I had a little school for a while in Bordentown, New Jersey, but as you can imagine, New Jersey weather is not very satisfying or pleasant during the harsh winter times. So once I had enough, I decided to move out to Washington, D.C. That's when I first realized that I really wanted to do in my life. The day I was working as a clerk and realized how strong I felt about the topic of anti slavery. My comments and opinions about slavery started to bother my associates at work, so I decided I had enough and moved back home to New England where I did some charity work for a while. But everything stopped when I heard the Civil War broke out and that extra help was needed to help wounded soldiers. I made my way back to Washington and found myself working in the middle of the Civil War itself, carrying out duties such as bringing water and resources to soldiers out on the field, to treating the wounded. I didn't do this for something in return. I just wanted to do what's right, and slavery at that point was it. What was even worse to me was probably the westward expansion, because the government became so involved in that they didn't have enough time to deal with the task that was at hand from the start. Instead, they just created more laws to make sure slaves stayed as slaves. I honestly didn't want the war to go out like this, but it looks like it was the only option left. If the government would have done their jobs, not so many people would have been dying right in front of me. Sometimes throughout the war, I just felt so helpless, standing there, knowing that a brave soldier's time was up, and there was nothing more I can do about it but just watch them die. These innocent people were just fighting for what was right, and look what happened. But thankfully, their battle and lives weren't for nothing. The Civil War turned out to be a success to our part. We all got what we wanted from the very beginning, the end to slavery.